everybody, and welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. This week's topic is Earth Day. Earth Day is held on April 22nd every year, and it started in the United States back in 1970. I would have been about 4 years old then, almost 5. And this started from actually a Senator Gaylord Nelson. He was very upset by a tragic event that happened in Santa Barbara, California. There was an oil spill. And so, having seen all the passion that our citizens were having for anti-war protests against Vietnam, he thought that he might be able to harness that same type of passion for environmental issues and taking care of our planet. During that time, there are incredible pictures out there of what cities look like. The smog was so thick you can barely see the skyline in pictures. And that was just one of the things. Air pollution, water pollution. We were burning fossil fuels like crazy. What he was trying to do is to get people to be more involved in taking care of the planet. So there are things that all of us can be doing to reduce our carbon footprint. We've talked about many times about climate change and global warming in our class, and so this is a great time to talk about this. And I've put plenty of resources in our Google Classroom, and so I hope you'll take advantage of some of those and learn how to do some of the things that we're talking about today. And one of those things that I've been working on is reducing my carbon footprint. I had a goal this year. I have so many plastic bottles and things that even though it's recyclable, I'd rather not put it out there to begin with. So some of the things that I am working on now are actually reusing and recycling. I think you will recall that Miss Carter showed you her insect hotel. And her insect hotel was beautiful. Mine is a very basic one. It's recycled can and paper that I've just rolled into different size, basically straws, and I've put them in here. I'm going to drill holes in the top, put a string through it, hang it up outside, and hopefully I'll have lots of little insects growing or living in my hotel. I've also created a solar oven out of an Amazon box. And I did this one year in my 3rd grade class. The best thing to use is a pizza box, but if you don't have a pizza box, don't let that stop you. Go ahead, grab any old box. That's what I did, and it only took foil. I used saran wrap tape in the box. And I have the directions in the Tic-Tac-Toe for Earth Day, so feel free to check that out. It is better to do this during the summer though. You can make it now and over summer vacation. I have made s'mores in these before, but it usually has to be about 85 degrees in order for this to work to the best that it can. Okay, also, let's see here. Oh, everybody knows how I love my coffee, and I was going through at least two Keurig cups a day, the disposable kind. And I realized, that's a lot of Keurig cups, a lot of plastic. And so I bought one of these. This is a reusable Keurig cup, so I just buy the bags of coffee, and then I can just fill this up on my own and use it in my coffee maker. I have 2 of these, so I get one washed every day. So we've got that. Then I have also been trying to use less plastic wrap, baggies. I don't know about you. We use them in the lab because they're convenient and you can take them home. But plastic Ziploc bags, I go through a lot of them, and you may too in your lunch. But I bought reusable bags, and they come in a variety of sizes. I picked these ones up over at Marshall's, I think it was, but you can get them anywhere. You can order them online. They come in a variety of sizes. And I also use these reusable wraps. They just have to be washed. You fold it, put your things on the inside, fold it up, and the Velcro goes over the top, and there you go. and I love using these. Also, I have started something, it's very scientific though. I've started composting, and this is my little composting bucket. You've seen these buckets in the lab. I happen to have one at home. And I've started to put in, here, let me see if I can kind of show you. I've got all kinds of yucky fruits and vegetables in here, paper towels, eggshells, and all of that does start to break down, and you can actually feel the heat, the energy that's being generated from it, all of this material breaking down. But this is not the only part of a composting bin. This is just a little bucket I keep in my house to gather the scraps. I actually have a big garbage can outside that I'm going to be drilling holes into because you have to have air. And I have put old leaves that have been blowing around in my yard in there, but I could put grass clippings, I could put straw, twigs. There are things that you really shouldn't put in there, and if you look at my resources, you can find that you can actually make a smaller version of this using a 2-liter soda bottle. And so as this breaks down, little critters will be in it and microscopic things that will start to decompose this material, and it will eventually turn into very rich soil that I can put into my flower bed. So these are some ways that I have tried to reduce my carbon footprint to keep our planet beautiful, and I'm hoping that you can join me and maybe you'll decide to make some of these things yourselves. I hope you'll take advantage of the tic-tac-toe that I've put in there. Art projects, you know, I was very disappointed, and a lot of you heard me when I said that I was so upset that the recycling companies were no longer recycling glass bottles or jars. And when I looked up, well, what can I do with them, or is there another way that I can recycle them, all that I could come up with was use them for art projects or storage. And so I have done that, but that's one material. Glass is a material that has an indefinite lifespan, whereas water bottles, plastic disposable water bottles, you can only recycle those one time. And speaking of water bottles, you may have gotten into Miss Whalen's art class this week. She actually was inspired for Earth Day as well, and she has worked on her Dale Chihuly inspired art piece. It is the plastic bottles that she cut into swirls. They've been colored with, you can either use spray paint or you could use, she used permanent markers in different colors, and I've seen really neat art installation with that, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing what people can do with artistically with junk. And there's a lot out there. If you saw, I believe Romare Bearden as well, Miss Whalen has studied with you, and he made his collages out of different types of paper. And that was all kind of trash. I remember seeing he had used menus from Chinese restaurants. And so there's a lot that you can do with recycled materials. We just have to use our creativity, our imagination, and on top of that, we can also be doing recycling. Please make sure that you're trying to put the correct materials into the recycling bin versus throwing them in the trash. That just goes to the landfill, and I've told you many times, plastic just does not break down. It's almost like nuclear waste. It just does not break down quickly at all. It'll be here for a long time after we're gone. So I hope you enjoyed this week's resources, and I'll see you next week. And please continue to send in pictures. I have had friends that have sent me some great challenges that they've completed. There was the egg drop challenge. That was awesome. I've had the pollination from Mystery Doug. I've had some great videos coming in. So please, please, please keep those coming. And from me and Spaghetti, take care and bye-bye.